You are now tuned into You Say I'm Crazy podcast with Rosalinda and Brent Pugh.
Yo, this your boy Brent, and I'm here with my wife,
Rosalinda.
Today we just gonna get right into the shit. Okay, we was gonna do this introduction where we give a backstory about ourselves, how we met, and all that good stuff. But we just gonna get right into the shit, because my wife got something she want to get off her chest, so I'm gonna let her go ahead and get it off her chest. Okay, we'll do the backstory and the history of our relationship later. So go ahead, get it off your chest.
Yeah. I want to know how people feel about their spouse remaining friends with their ex.
And why are we talking about this today?
Because I feel like it's, not only, it's I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of questions and want answers to experiences I'm sure that they are probably going through as well.
As well, meaning what?
Well,
you going through it?
No, not no more. But we did.
Well, first of all, past tense, all right? We did go through it, okay? Now, what's your point of view on that?
My whole point of view, I guess more in the beginning I didn't have too much of a problem with it. I think it became more of an issue when I felt like she wanted to be relevant all the time.
All right, now let me give y'all some backstory. Okay, first of all, she's talking about my ex. And the thing is, I've been knowing my ex since I was 12. She grew up across the street from me. Okay? And I'm now 29. Out of all those years, we only dated for 3.5 years. From 15 years old until I was about 18, 19, somewhere around there. Okay? So, to me, I didn't see the big deal with, maintaining a friendship with her after the fact. Now, when we broke up, I was not friends with my ex, okay? Over the years, we became friends again because we had grew up together. So we felt like, okay, we're not going to let our little 3.5 year relationship that failed miserably come in between our friendship since we was childhood friends first. And, you even met her. And I just didn't see the problem.
I didn't meet her when I was at your house. I didn't know who the woman was who was actually walking up to introduce herself or become it. I don't know why she even came up in the first place. You just said, hey, this is such and such.
I came up because I told her I wanted y'all to meet.
Right. But you didn't tell me exactly who she was until after she left.
Okay. You still met her.
But it was not on, I didn't know exactly what was going on. I didn't know that was your ex in the beginning. It would have been nice to know that when she was coming up, I would have been prepared to actually know that was
I didn't tell you it was her because I didn't want no prejudgments.
Okay.
Right away. If I would have told you that was my ex that you was about to meet, you automatically wouldn't have liked her.
Right. But, okay, so anyways, after that whole situation, and then we were going through the process of, in the beginning of our relationships, we were pretty much just fuck buddies. After that, we got a little bit more serious once we had our daughter. That's when we started to get to know each other a little bit more. Started, I guess, like I said, just get to know each other a little bit more. What I had the issue was when we actually had our daughter, she was upset that the fact that you did not tell her. Okay, quote unquote, you guys are supposed to be these childhood good friends, but you guys had broke off because of, why did you guys break up?
We broke up. I don't know the real reason why we broke up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
You don't know why you guys broke up?
No, I don't know the real reason. All right, when she broke up with me back in what, '09, somewhere around there, she pretty much blamed it on school. She said she needed to focus on school. Mm-hmm. But like a week or two later, she was with another dude. So I don't know the real reason why we broke up. You know, we had a long distance relationship.
So you guys didn't break up because she was cheating or because she played you?
No, I didn't break up with her. If she was cheating on me and I found out, I would have broke up with her. She broke up with me.
Okay.
Okay? She broke up with me. She was living about, I don't even know how many miles. I want to say 100 miles away from me.
So your term was because even though you guys were dating, how long were you guys dating between this time when she actually broke up with you?
3.5 years.
Okay, so by this time you guys were dating for 3.5 years, she all of a sudden broke up with you because she didn't have time for you, correct?
Yes.
So obviously this within that short period of time she got over you very quickly.
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
Okay. So that right there just proves to you right there that she didn't care about it in the first place, because when you're in a relationship for 3 years, you just don't just all of a sudden fall out of love with somebody that quickly.
I'm not arguing with you at all about that.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know, yeah, she was with somebody else.
Okay.
Very fast.
Okay.
You know, and they weren't in a relationship, but she was messing around already. She was already dating again.
So that was basically her excuse, so then she can make it seem like she's not the bad person and that she wasn't actually cheating because she had dumped you first before she actually went and gone and done some bullshit.
Maybe. I don't know the facts.
Okay.
All I know is what I know. I can't sit and say that was the case. Probably
Okay.
was the case.
Okay, so behind all of that history, so once we had our daughter, you had told me she had basically texted you saying, "Oh my God, why didn't you tell me you had a daughter on the way?" I want to know why she felt so relevant to even be considered of being told that you had a daughter in the way in the first place.
She just felt like since we was childhood friends, something like that, a life-changing event, she felt like she
Okay.
should have knew.
But you guys hadn't been talking within a short or a long period of time from what I've known. So why would she even consider
No,
that?
we was talking here and there.
Okay.
She would write me here and there and say, "How you doing? How's work going? You know, congratulations with your new career."
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Okay. And in between that meantime, did she ever try getting back with you?
Never.
Okay. She just wanted to stay relevant.
I don't know. I guess she just wanted to be in contact.
Okay. So she felt a certain type of way once you had your daughter because you didn't tell her.
Yeah.
And she stopped talking to you for a while after that.
Correct.
Okay. And then as a woman's point of view, which I'll get to that in a second here. So after that incident and after, our whole daughter situation, I even looked past all of that. We were talking, we were still in a relation. After that, I think we ended up being in a relationship. She would still make herself relevant of just random stuff of either was her graduation pictures or, saying happy holidays or little silly stuff or tickets for her brother, if I buy some tickets for my brother, or for her boyfriend, whoever it might be.
That was her boyfriend.
What seats should I choose when this girl has multiple brothers? I don't know how many brothers she has, family, friends, but some reason always wanted to contact you to me, which was irrelevant stuff.
Well, I didn't see anything necessarily wrong with saying happy birthday or Merry Christmas and stuff like that. I didn't. Honestly, from a man perspective, I didn't see anything wrong. I mean, like, when we get into the whole her asking my opinion on basketball tickets or football tickets for her boyfriend, where they should sit and shit like that, it was a little weird. However, I believe that she just really trusted my judgment. That's why she asked me. Because I've been to games. I kind of know how it works.
Okay.
And that's how I was looking at it from my point of view.
Okay. And in the time we went to Wisconsin, and all of a sudden when we were out there, she wanted also your opinion on her boyfriend. So she invited you over to their apartment so that you could get the vibe of him to see if he was a good guy or not, which in my opinion is absolutely fucking weird.
Okay. But also keep in mind that we are childhood friends. And I'm somebody with great judgment.
Okay, that's why she has brothers.
Yeah, but you gotta also understand she don't get along with her brothers like that.
Guess what? That's after when you guys break up and stuff. Even with supposedly the childhood friends or whatever. Beyond that, whatever she does in her life is her business.
Yeah, but on the flip side, if she's trying to maintain a friendship with me,
Why?
I don't know why. Maybe because we were childhood friends.
How do you feel about it?
What do you mean?
How did you feel about it? Did you want to maintain this friendship?
I wasn't opposed to it, and I also wasn't like happy for it either. It didn't bother me either way. I felt like, you know what? We dated, out of all these years, we've been knowing each other over a decade. We dated for 3.5 years of that. That little 3.5 years, that's small compared to how long we've been knowing each other. So I was pissed off at first when we broke up, when she broke up with me, and the way she treated me after the fact was really bogus to the point where I didn't want to have anything to do with her. But once I grew, I realized, you know what? I don't got nothing against her no more because I'm over it. And when you over it and when you over somebody, you can move on. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta hold a grudge against her or nothing like that. I'm not gonna ignore somebody that's, trying to communicate with me. I don't have a reason to ignore her. I didn't have a reason to ignore her back then. We weren't married.
Right.
We were just in a relationship. I feel like you weren't really entitled to tell me who I can be friends with and who I can't be friends with back then.
And never did I ever tell you not to be.
You didn't like it though.
No, I did not like it at all.
Right.
Because I see, as a woman, we have certain
and when you say
intuitions.
And when you say friends, you making it seem like we was out kicking it.
No,
like
I never said you guys were out kicking it or anything like that. But I'm saying, she constantly tried to make herself relevant from it was text to random shit of finding seats for her boyfriend to something wrong with her Mac computer. That's why there's a motherfucking Apple store to just random stuff, which was very annoying to me. And as a woman, like, if you're in a relationship with someone else, you're my best friend. I'm not going to keep reaching out to an ex on his opinions on anything else. Or if there's, certain seats that I'm looking for, guess what? You can find a whole lot of good stuff on Google.
I understand.
So, yes, it did irritate me. Same thing with social media. When it came to, she's saying, happy holidays, sis, by this time we're married, to your sister. That's like a low blow.
Now, marriage is a whole different ball game, because now that we're married, now it's like, okay, you don't want me communicating with her? Cool, I won't, because now you're my wife. Now you have that entitlement.
But I just want to go up to the levels before we actually get into marriage. I wouldn't have such a problem with the whole friendship thing if she wanted to meet me. She refused to meet me when she was coming out here to Vegas.
Okay.
She refused it, saying that it was just a 2-day trip with her and her boyfriend. But yet, when we were in Wisconsin for 2 days, you made it out your way to make sure you did whatever favor she wanted to. But yet, you guys are these so-called longtime friends, and she has this so-called great intentions for you. She didn't want to go out her way of the woman that you're actually marrying to meet me. Then right there was a red flag for me.
I agree with you on that. That was wrong. She should have made time. I don't care if it was 10 minutes. She should have made time to meet you.
Okay. So then that's when I had a major problem with it. Because obviously, to me, as a woman, there's something more behind it.
And what could it be? Because I don't know.
To me, she still had feelings. To me, she had feelings. To me, there are certain things that she felt from the past that she probably did wrong that she's trying to make up. I don't know. Like, again, there's certain things that you said she did that she's probably just trying to make up for. I don't know, but as
Can't make up for some of the shit she did to me.
But as a woman, as our intuition as women, and there's certain things that we feel is always correct, and that's
Actually, it's not always correct.
no, it's always correct.
It's not always correct.
No,
Because
I would say like 99. There's a 1% chance that maybe our intuition is not always correct, but it's a 99
a lot of times y'all go off on a lot of
correct.
BS.
No.
Accusing people of doing stuff when they ain't even doing nothing.
No, not all. We'll get down. We're probably the best investigators ever. We'll get down and narrow it down to the facts of actually proving something before we actually jump into it.
I guess whatever you say, this whole being friends with your ex thing. I mean, what do you guys think? Leave comments and everything. What do you guys think about your significant other being friends with their ex still? Do you think it's a problem? Do you think it's something that they should cut off if they want to deal with you right away? Or do you think that, like, when you get married, then that's when they should cut them off? Or
No, they need to cut it off ASAP. All that past tense stuff needs to stay in the past. You guys have no freaking children, no nothing together. That needs to stay in the past. When you do have children, you guys can co-parent.
This is my problem with the situation. You act like I'm just supposed to sit and ignore her.
Hell yeah.
If someone's speaking to me, if someone's going out their way saying, Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, I'm going to respond.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not saying I didn't have a problem with all of that. I'm saying when it came to all the extra stuff, I had a problem with.
So what's the ideal response? Nothing? Ignore it?
I'm not saying that. All the extra stuff, guess what? When we come here or when we do this, why do I want to know what you're doing with your boyfriend? First of all, I don't care. Google. There's so much stuff you can Google, YouTube. Find it.
I just squashed it with her by saying, after we was married, I just told her straight up, look, my wife don't like you and I can't be friends.
I really don't. I don't.
I can't be friends with you no more. I don't mind saying hi and bye and shit like that, but I'm married now. My wife don't like you. She don't like us being friends. Therefore, I can't be friends with you. Happy wife, happy life. Sorry. That's what I told her, and that's how it's been. Okay? But you have to also understand that when you're freshly talking to somebody and when you're just dating someone, you kind of can't control.
No, you can't.
You don't have control over who that person is friends with.
Never did I say.
Now, when you
took levels to the point where I got to. It came down to disrespect. So
what do you mean?
I'm saying not with you. I'm saying with her.
Right.
Once you go down to that road, there's no turning back. There's nothing. Like, you stay off the damn my husband's inbox. Shit.
It's tough.
I don't care.
Because
to me, she has men issues. Her fiance needs to be her best friend. Shit. Why are you inboxing another male?
Listen, on the flip side, we have to also consider this. No, I don't have kids by her. When we were in a relationship, we were very young. You know what I'm saying? And you have kids by your ex of 13 years. Now, how do you think I feel when he's in the picture?
Oh, you're always gonna feel a certain type of way, but guess what? I don't talk to him. We co-parent through text. I have an older son that can translate. Other than that, I don't talk to him about anything else. He ain't texting me happy holidays, Merry Christmas. You know what I mean? Like,
Not anymore. But let's go back to the past. When we first started dating, he was a problem.
he was.
He was a problem.
But sometimes when you date people with kids, you're gonna run into certain issues.
Yeah.
That just comes with the package.
Yeah, it does. But I never came at you about it. I handled it myself. Okay?
Oh, and when that situation arises with your ex, I try to handle it myself as well.
Look, all I'm saying is you have kids by your ex of 13 years. I have to deal with that shit. When we first started dating, when we got in a relationship, he was still like texting you. He was calling your job. He would show up to the house to pick the kids up, which I don't have a problem with. But the thing is, I still had to see and experience that.
Right. And that comes with anyone.
And he would talk crazy. And I had to put him in check.
Right. And that just comes with dating people with children.
Right, but listen, I had to put him in check. Why you just ain't put her in check?
I did. Or at least tried.
No. You tried to meet with her.
Right.
I didn't meet with him to put him in check. I put him in check over the phone.
Right. I'm not about.
I would have preferred to meet with him.
Exactly. I'm
but-
not about phone. I'm not about texting. I'd rather talk to you in person.
And that's how I am, but guess what? I couldn't. All right, so I just put him in check over the phone.
Right.
You know, if you want, you should have handled it. You know what I mean? Back then, when we weren't married, if you felt that strong about it.
No, I didn't.
I handled it after we were married
Right.
because you were entitled to that now.
Right. But I didn't have a problem with it back then. It came when after the fact, when we were actually engaged. And I felt like, okay, you know what? We're engaged. We're about to get married. You're still friends with this chick. So I'm like, you know what? I need to meet her. Obviously, if that's something you feel strongly about continuing a friendship with,
I didn't feel strongly about that.
I feel like
It was just something that I wasn't willing to just ignore.
exactly. To me, it's strongly. You feel strongly about it then.
No.
Because when there's certain people
I
you
just
can
think
cut
that's
off,
mean.
No, it ain't mean. It's reality. When there's certain people you want to cut off, you will cut them off.
First of all, we don't have each other. We didn't have each other's cell phone numbers.
Okay.
Everything you're talking about went down through Facebook messages.
Right.
Okay. So, and it wasn't an everyday thing. Okay. So
No,
I didn't
but-
see it as a big deal.
I'll say like a couple every 2 weeks or so. Just
No,
texting
like
random
maybe
shit.
once a month.
Random stuff that was just random. That's when it became an issue when she didn't want to meet me.
Yeah, and I, like I said, I don't blame you. You're right. She should have met with you. If she really wanted to just be my friend, that was her opportunity to win you over, because that was her job as my friend.
Right.
To win you over, to build trust, to let you know you ain't got nothing to worry about, girl.
Exactly. And I wanted to let her boyfriend know half the shit she was inboxing. But I think she was absolutely scared. That's why she wouldn't want to meet.
I don't know what it was, but I took care of it, didn't I?
Yeah.
I took care of it. So, the whole thing is, the only reason it was so difficult for us was because we were childhood friends. Now, if she was just an ex that I wasn't friends with for over 10 years,
She obviously is not a good childhood friend.
why?
She didn't want to meet your future wife.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I cut her off. I don't know what her motives were. Never
Obviously
did.
wasn't your best interest, was it?
I don't know what her motives was. I'm not arguing with you about it at all. Like I'm saying, from my point of view, I just didn't want to be me and sit up there and ignore her. If somebody telling you Merry Christmas and stuff, you at least say it back. I don't care who it is. That's just me. What you want me to say? What you want? She inboxed me, Merry Christmas, and then I'm just like, yeah, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? No. So being, in that situation, it was tough. But like I said, I took care of it. I took care of it. I didn't take care of it early in the stages of us dating because you had no entitlement yet.
Which at that moment I did not mind.
Yeah.
Let's get that publicly correct.
But when things got real with us, I took care of it, didn't I?
Correct.
So what's the big deal?
There ain't no big deal now.
So what are you saying? For our listeners, what are you?
I'm basically saying once you're in a relationship with either, once you're in a relationship with your spouse, all exes need to be out the page. Period. Because now it's all that stuff is past tense. You're now focusing on your present and your future. You do not need no type of sidetrack of anything.
And when you say out the picture, you mean what?
All communication cut off. All of it.
No Facebook
No
friends,
Facebook, nothing.
no
all
text
of it.
messages,
No, that's
no
all past.
Instagram, no Snapchat, no none
all
of that.
it needs to be cut the hell off.
And you know what? I agree.
They need to focus on their stuff with their partners, and you focus on your stuff with your partner.
I agree. Once you reach that serious point,
Yeah.
I agree that needs to happen. And if your ex is causing problems in your relationship, then you have to come to that point where you got to realize what's more important, my relationship or my ex. I agree. But like I said, the only reason why things got so serious and intense with us was because we weren't at that point yet. But when we got to that serious point, I took care of it. I took care of it. Simple as that. When we got engaged and married, it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like I said, guys, let me know how y'all feel on this topic. This is a very deep topic. I know a lot of people deal with this every day. And, my wife, she feels like all communication should be cut off.
Yes, ladies, let me know your feedback on this, please.
And me, I agree. However, it also depends on the situation at hand, and it also depends how serious you are with this partner you're with. Because if we just started talking and you telling me, well, I like you, but you gotta stop talking to your ex. Hold on. I don't even really know you like that. I'm not gonna stop talking to my ex when I'm not about to risk my friendship with my ex for you when you just came in my life. And I don't even know if you're gonna be sticking around. So make sure that you make sure you're going somewhere with the person.
And I guess it has to be, what do you mean, are you and your ex childhood friends, or is it just an ex? Because to me, if you're going to be sitting here dating and you're still talking to your ex, to me, you have to be over your ex, because then also if you can't let go of your ex, there's some type of feelings.
What do you mean?
Like, for instance, your situation was because you guys were childhood friends.
Right. I was way over her.
Right. But just to clarify it, you can't be starting to date and still be friends with an ex that you probably weren't even childhood friends with.
I agree.
You have to.
If you don't have that history.
That ex needs to be out the picture regardless.
Right.
You can't sit here going and trying to talk to someone else and still be friends with her. It's just not going to work.
I agree. And it also depends on how long y'all been broken up. If y'all just broke up last week, you can't still be friends with her while you're pursuing somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But like, if y'all been broke up for years, that's different. To me, it's different. Because if y'all are really not on that, and if y'all are really just friends and y'all been broke up for years, then that's different. And I mean, this topic can go real deep, because then we can start getting into business, networking with your ex, because it's like somebody with connections that you need, and y'all just friends. You know what I mean? Like, this can go deep. This can go real deep.
your relationship has to have a lot of trust.
Yeah,
in
but
as
we
well.
also got to figure out at what point do we cross the line here between just not wanting your significant other to be friends with an ex and then like being insecure. Because we got to admit, at some point, if all those details kind of work out and point towards, yes, they're really friends, and you still don't want him or her to be friends with that person, at some point we got to just say, hey, maybe you just insecure. If a man and a woman dated and they've been broken up for 20 years and they're both married to other people, they run into each other at the mall or something.
But then at the end of the day, there's the reason why the woman's going to feel insecure. Obviously, there's something that you're doing that she doesn't feel secure about.
Oh, we can go on and on about this. We can go on and on about this. At the end of the day, I think it all depends on the situation and the details that's involved. I think it is possible for, people to be friends with their exes and still have a successful relationship with someone else. But do I think it's ideal? No. Do I think it should be that way? No. Because I think it's always going to cause problems. However, it is possible. That's all I'm saying. It's possible. It's possible. I don't seen people, date and break up and then get into a new relationship, and then their new significant other and their ex is best friends. I done seen that. Hey, let's look at your mom. Your mom and your dad, they were married, right? Mm-hmm. Your dad and your mom are with two different people now,
Mind
right?
you, they've been separated
Listen.
for like 20 years.
Right, that's why I said it all depends on the details, though.
Okay.
Your mom and your dad are with other people, right? But your mom and your dad are still friends, right?
Yes.
And their significant others all hang out. They all hang out together. Your mom and your stepmom are friends.
Yes.
Your dad and your stepdad, friends. So it's possible.
It is.
It's all based on the situation. I don't think you should just eliminate all options right away, though. You know what I'm saying?
And the reason why they're still, or they are best friends as well is because, again, because of me and my brother, they have children involved.
Yes, children involved does make a huge difference. But, like I said, it's possible, man. It just all depends on the situation. I think it's possible, especially with kids. If there's no kids involved, there's really nothing that's keeping you guys attached. You probably should break it off.
Of course.
But yeah, that's what it comes down to. That was the key word, attachment.
Yeah.
If there's nothing keeping you guys attached, definitely 100% break it off. But if there's something keeping you guys attached, like kids or business, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when it gets complicated. How does that sound to wrap this up?
That sounds good.
So, to wrap it up, let's go over this again. Mm-hmm. Should you be friends with your ex?
Under certain circumstances.
Under certain circumstances. And those circumstances is you should only be friends with your ex if there is a specific attachment binding you guys together. And that can be kids or business or what? What else?
That's the only
That's
two
about it.
things I can think
right?
of.
But if there's nothing like that that's going to greatly affect your life, there is no way that you should still be friends with an ex. If there's no attachment, there's no kids, there's no business, there's nothing, You shouldn't be friends with your ex.
Yes.
I like the way that sounds.
Yes, you guys should have 2 separate lives.
I like the way that sounds. I like it. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment, you know. Subscribe. Let us know what you think about this topic. You got any questions, go ahead and throw them in the comments. We'll try to address them. If you got any special topics you want us to cover, we'll do that too. Just request it.
Yes, ladies, please let me know exactly how you feel on this topic as well.
All right. Well, we out of here, man. It's been a very interesting conversation.
Has.
Adios.
Bye.